Hello, it's Dominic Cam of the Freedmen Law Group. Nice meeting you. For some of you, for those of you who used to watch some of these, I apologize. In the process, in the pursuit of perfection, I've procrastinated, and that's unacceptable. We're gonna do better. Just get this information out there because it needs to be said, it needs to be heard, it needs to be received and discussed. So today we're talking about the CMPD incident with the baby. We're talking about do I have to produce my license, and we're talking about marijuana versus hemp, and it'll be very brief. So if you don't know, the baby was pulled over. The baby was encountered by CMPD after a concert in his home city, and they said that the basis for why they confronted or encountered him was the smell and odor of marijuana emanating from a vehicle. And I don't think that they said that he was driving the vehicle. So let's just go to that situation by itself. Seen a lot of information, quotes, tweets, Facebook posts talking about it's an illegal search. Let's be clear on this. I do not support CMPD in this position on this incident. However, looking through the window of someone's vehicle is not a search. This is what's called plain view, which is an exception to the Fourth Amendment rules. Looking in someone's vehicle by itself is not a search. So whether they use flashlights or not, whether it was morally wrong, it's a different conversation. Whether it was legally acceptable, that's correct. They can look in through the windows of anybody's car, and that's not a search in legal terms. So just wanted to clarify that. However, I did want to read you this memo, and I think this memo was sent around 2018, and this is from the State Bureau of Investigation, also known as the SBI, and is in regards to industrial hemp and CBD. And the title is Industrial Hemp CBD Issues. And I'm going to read this from page 2 verbatim. There is no easy way for law enforcement to distinguish between industrial hemp and marijuana. There is currently no field test which distinguishes the difference. Hemp and marijuana look the same and have the same odor, both unburned and burned. Hemp and marijuana look the same and have the same odor, both burned and unburned. This makes it impossible. This makes it impossible. This makes it impossible. This makes it impossible for law enforcement to use the appearance of marijuana or the odor of marijuana to develop probable cause for arrest, or for the seizure of an item, or probable cause for a search warrant. We'd like to repeat those two sentences. This makes it impossible, and there is no difference in the odor and or from its arm for it being burned or unburned. So when they say that there was an odor of marijuana coming from this car, could have been CBD, could have been marijuana. Don't know. It's really not reasonable suspicion. Really does not create a probable cause for arrest, according to this State Bureau of Investigation memo sent sometime in 2018. So, do I think it was a bogus situation? Indeed. Do I think they're reaching? Indeed. Am I very critical of CMPD? Yes, I am. But just to be clear, them looking for the window, completely allowable by law. Them using the odor of marijuana, not so much. And like I said, it's impossible to distinguish the difference between the odor of marijuana and CBD. So next thing, if you are driving in a vehicle and you are pulled over by the police, you have to show ID. Had a couple of cases and seen some videos where people say, I don't have to show you my ID. That's incorrect. If you're operating a vehicle in the state of North Carolina, you have to show ID upon request by law enforcement. If you're walking in the street and they ask you to show ID, that's a completely different scenario. But if you're operating a vehicle, you do have to show your ID. So that's my time. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you have a couple more of these out. And yeah, you'll see some old ones. It won't be in any particular order. We're not going to hold these like we used to, just release them. Dominique Cam, aka Marcus Aurelius. See you next time.